Bam, what's up YouTube? Today we're going to talk about chapter 10 and how to clear it. This one can be quite tricky, so something to watch out for here. It's the Dark Regeneration buff. Alright, now there are a few strategies to dealing with this. Now, these do stack, okay? So for each one of these permanent buffs that goes on the enemy, they are going to continuously heal. And you can see in the recommended units, just on the lower left here, it recommends bringing Kali and Coom. Now, I have both of them in the comp. I'm going to be mostly relying on Kali. As you can see, I've got Coom up further to the front. Now, my particular method for this is that I've kind of got a bit of a mixture of units in here to help deal with it. Right? I've kind of blended some strategies. There are multiple ways of dealing with this particular stage. One of them is to spam Orion as you can, and what happens is Orion is essentially going to keep these cards out of the NPC's hand. Okay, so then you can deal with the rest of the units as you see fit, quite casually. Okay, however, they are actually also still like level 10, 9, 9, you know. So something to keep note of. There is of course difficult units such as Artemil and Wusa that you have to deal with, and you know, just bringing a nice mixture of DPS units such as like I don't have Sophia yet, but if I could bring Sophia, that'd be great, right? That way I could alternate between say my strong hitting fire units and Sophia and my imp, right? I could alternate one for one. That'd make life pretty easy. Another strategy that people use is of course just doing the regular heal block. The only issue with that is that since we've only really got Kali and Coom, once you reach say Camilla or Wusa, even this first unit, the Golem, which usually they don't have the heal buff up by that point, just trying to use them on water units creates a glancing hit, and then you can't get the debuff on the enemy, right? So that can create an issue when you're trying to clear through this. It gets especially irritating once you hit Camilla and Wusa, of course. Now, alternatively, you can let your front line dwindle, and this is what some people have been doing, and you can pull out the Giant Warrior, right? The Giant Warrior buff, as well as the... Let me see here. So there's your Giant Warrior buff, as well as the Reckless Devotion buff. Use them together and hopefully finish off the enemy within that time limit. I also have this Synergy card here, which grants unrecoverable on the enemies for 11 seconds at level 7. Like, it's only level 7 right now, so, you know, another way of kind of handling it. I think some people are using the, the Harpy plus Lapis, right? And then they would Giant Warrior and Reckless. Alternatively, I think my Giant Warrior right now is Tagaros as far as attack goes. So he turns into a 1 or 2 mana spam, basically, when I use both of them, if I get to that point, right? Something you also want to watch out for is if you do use your buffs, this level 9 Artemil here, he hits quite hard, so I've had Shannon in the comp. It will help you survive longer, right? However, you can also defense break the enemies. The only issue is, of course, like that's why I've got Harpy here right now. The only issue is, of course, these fire units, which I'm hoping Imp will help me deal with. The problem is, of course, getting past these water units. So, yeah, essentially what I'm going to be doing, I've got kind of a mixture of strategies going into this for my particular formation as far as like level wise and everything goes. This did take me multiple tries, even with my own units and stuff. It's a shame I don't have like 3 strong single target units. Like I could, you know, run Kali, Imp, and Sophia, right? And then Orion with whatever else. That would be nice. I've got Sohai here for stealing the Wusa buff when it happens, if we get lucky. Just so we can keep clearing through that frontline unit. And yeah. Well, I'm going to start the fight, and we'll see how we go. As you guys can see, I have 3-starred all of them. You know, like, it works. Like, this particular stage here, like, stage 2 is not as big of an issue, but stage 3 is where things kind of come together, and they can be a bit of a hassle. So, If I do fail this particular one, I might go into exhaustion, or I might just lose too many units, but we'll see how this goes. Alright, hopefully we get the 3-star, but again, it does come down to, like, a big issue here, it does come down to, if you can get Orion, and you have, say, Orion's heroic skill card, I believe you just never get rid of his card, which makes life much easier. Okay, so because I used Orion just then, we have juggled their cards around and taken their particular... See, this is where the issue comes into it, right? So the shield's popped up. They do use Wooster a lot. They use a lot of supporting cards. Okay, so we're going to steal the shield and the immunity. The only issue is, of course, Artemil is there. Okay, we kind of want to get this Orion card back as soon as we can to try and keep that regeneration away from us. Okay, that's where the biggest issue comes from. Now we're going to hit with Targarus. Nice 2k hit there. So the less you... Oh, see, they really like to use that shield. I don't want to use Giant Warrior just yet. Bit of a hassle here. Okay, yep. I was hoping to steal that away. Oh no, we stole the wrong one. That's alright. Let's see if we can get that Orion back before he decides to use his buff. And then we can use Orion again. So like, it's like every couple cards. Ah, shit. See, so we got one level. So now there's one stack of Dark Regeneration. We're just that little bit too slow. I probably should have used Giant Warrior. Oh, wow. Okay, never mind. I probably should have used Giant Warrior earlier. But you see, like, they do a really good job of stalling us, is the issue with this particular... With this particular stage, they just do a really good job of stalling us. We've got to get rid of... Oh, no. Didn't mean to do that. Got to get rid of that immunity. Rip our Imp. I was going to use our Imp for getting rid of these guys. Like, getting rid of the Camilla. And we're just about to lose the Imp. Nope. Okay. Oh, man, they're so lucky. So at this point, we don't have our heal block at all. We need Kali. Alright, I think it's time to use Giant Warrior. But, of course, Kali is... Yeah, see, we need to get this on there. See how the heal block didn't activate? That's the big issue, okay? The big issue. See that 1k heal? Look at this. Look how much we've gotten stored. So we've got completely stored at this Camilla. This is where having Sophia would be perfect. Alright? So like this is a complete fail. I'm gonna give it another try. Alright? I'll give it another try, see if we can get through that particular issue. Now we had that big issue come in where because he had lost so many units, he had these cards come in quite quickly. So the Orion spam is great, but it's very difficult to do for this particular comp. So for me, in particular, sorry. What I really needed was the Imp a lot sooner. I needed to be able to counter with that Imp on the water unit for my particular comp. But we'll try this one more time, see if we can get this through, get this sorted. And essentially, once my back line opens, I want to buff with both Reckless and... I want to buff with both Reckless and Giant Warrior, and then just spam Targ. If I can. Essentially what I need to be doing. Alright, let's see if we can get through this. Gotta use Imp, get rid of this guy. Because the fire units aren't going to do too much. And let's hit him with Coom. We're fighting a level 10 Coom with a Coom. And let's see, Heavenly Sword. It's okay if I lose that. Nice hit there. Let's see about getting Jean here. So this is a big issue here, right? This Wooster spam. If only this was a little bit lower. Let's use this. See, and that's why I wanted to use Orion just just that second earlier. I thought about it a little too late, I guess. We're stealing from the wrong unit. I really wanted to steal that from the Jean. Throw this out there. Okay, so that'll be fine. problem now is that he's just put another buff up. And we just lost Coom. Okay. We got our spell card for heal block. So let's try this. Orion's a bit too... It's a bit too late to be abusing Orion now, after all that. You guys see that nonsense though? Like, he's really spamming that Wusa. Like, it really, really likes to spam Wusa. Oof! Big hit, big hit. Let's try and steal that. Oh, from the wrong unit again. Interesting. It's too early. We're gonna lose our imp. Okay, now we've got a heal block Wusa. Oof. See? Like, heal block on that water unit, guys, and it's just like... It's just no good. You know what I mean? Trying to get that heal block on the water unit. This is the dangerous part, so hopefully we lose Camilla in a second. We need our other buff. That's the issue. We need our other buff. Wait, Camilla? Yeah. Let's keep this defense break up. Okay, so he's gone. Eat, Giant Warrior. Okay, so Artemil, big hit. Hopefully she holds up. Here comes the Dark Regeneration. And spam. One hit. One hit. Ooh, not one hit. Two hit. Here we go, guys. And again. Just gotta deal with the Artemil. There we go. Whew! 7k! Let's go! That's insane. And there you go, guys. There's a 3-star there. But yeah, basically, if you have like the heroic skill stone for Orion, life is going to be a lot easier, because my understanding with that stone, I don't have it myself, but my understanding for Orion's heroic skill stone, let's go to the monster box quickly, is that it will just sit there. So once you use the skill, it'll just keep coming back for you. Whoops. Of course, you have to be incredibly lucky to get that. So it gets the card back with the mana cost deducted by 1 with a fixed chance when using Harmless Prank. So it's like it just sits in your... My understanding is that it just sits in your hand the entire time, and it's only going to cost you 1. And essentially, you'd want to use it like... You'd want to juggle like every couple of attacks. And you can use that for most of the scenario as well. It's just that obviously a lot of us aren't going to be sitting there with that particular card ready to go. You know what I mean? And yeah, so there you go. That's how we clear Chapter 10. You know, just Giant Warrior and Reckless. Great combination. Of course, it works well for this particular stage with Synergy because it has the heal block. And it's just like, whoever your backline unit is going to be, okay, like that worked really well because Targ just hits super hard, right? And he only costs 1 mana and I could just spam it properly. You can do the same thing with Kali. I assume like Coom backline obviously maybe, but Coom is like HP based damage. So, you know, Imp, the Doge, right? Just yeah, any number of those units that you can just kind of spam once you've got them both up, and they're going to hit super hard. So whoever your highest level single target damage dealer is going to be, like obviously Sophia would be great. Other than, I mean, even against the fire units, let's be real, it'd be fine. But yeah, I'll leave the video there, guys. Hopefully that was of some assistance to you to kind of see it in action and stuff. This is definitely a longer video because there are a variety of strategies for getting through this particular scenario, because it is a bit more difficult to deal with. This healing, right? This continuous healing is quite a pain in the butt when the only heal blockers we have are fire units and there's multiple water units in the stage, right? So yeah, we'll leave it there, and good luck, guys. Just remember, like, just because you fail once, just, you know, try it again. You know, I have faith in you guys. Peace. Good luck.